Welcome to Talk Again podcast, and you're here with your girl Mandy, and we're at the summit recording this episode. And I'm here with, what should I say? It's not a warrior princess. She doesn't call herself a warrior princess, but instead it's Xenadistallion, not Xena the warrior princess. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me here, Mandy.
It's a pleasure.
Talk your game.
Talk Again podcast.
Talk your game. Talk your game. Talk it plain. Come all a vibe with your girl Mandy.
Some of you guys will probably be familiar with her from TikTok. She's one of our national TikTokers. And she's here with us today to share an experience that I think probably, yes, about 20% of Jamaica probably have that hands-on experience or probably have a family.
I believe more, to be honest.
More?
Yes.
That probably has somebody related to them, whether a friend or family or associate that has been through this chapter or phase of their life.
Right.
So I'm gonna let her take over. I'm gonna let her talk her game. So what's up?
Hi, I'm fine.
So how did you come about with the name Xena? Where does that come from?
Well, in all honesty, it was Xena Amazon. So when I was growing up, I used to love watching Xena Warrior Princess, and then just life and the things that I went through, I actually believe that I am a warrior because I've, overcome so many struggles. Mm-hmm. And so I basically gave myself that name. However, being on TikTok, I met Mr. Smellgood, if you know that man.
Mr. Smellgood?
Yeah, he promotes perfume. He's a perfume connoisseur. And, I met him, in real life. And he saw me and he was like, whoa, you're not Xena Amazon. You're Xenadistallion. And I was like, I like the ring to that. He said, listen, change your name to Xenadistallion. So, I took it up on myself and I changed my name. So that's where I got the name from.
So one of that struggle that you went through was being incarcerated. Was that in Jamaica or overseas? Where was it?
Well, unfortunately, it was in Barbados.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
What led to that?
Circumstances.
Tell the people of the circumstances.
Basically, not being able to live, not being able to survive. Living in a garrison. Couldn't pay rent.
Was this when you were younger or?
No, it was in 2018. Just the other day. But I was
before COVID.
Yeah, and living on. I have 5 kids, by the way. I'm a mother of 5. Yes, I do. I love them all. Big up my kids. Yes, I'm Amaya, Nicholas, Zandy, Zori, and my grandkids. I have 2 grandkids. So, I was living in Waterhouse. I no longer live there. So, going through struggle, being a single mom, because even though I have 5 kids, fathers were not really present. And to send them to school, you to be doing everything else. And I was not really in a steady job at the time. And there was a point when the landlord took off the roof off of my head because...
Wait.
Yes.
This is in Jamaica?
Right in Jamaica, right in Waterhouse.
Your landlord took the roof off of your house?
Take off the rooftop off of me because I couldn't pay the rent. I swear to you, I'm not lying. Took off the roof over my head. I was living there. Well, I was living there. It's a big yard, right?
Yeah,
So I was living on one side and I was paying the rent. However, I went, started to, not being able to pay it, right?
Yeah.
So he basically moved me over to a cheaper side. Mm-hmm. However, living there, sending my kids to school, and then it just got tougher and tougher and tougher, and the rent started to pack up. I tried to do a security job at one point in time. They were not so honest, so I had to leave. And then I used to love partying, so I used to use partying to make money. So
where you use partying?
As fat as me is, me so go dance. Me I gotta be honest. And when me a dance, me a dance. And when
so people them give you tips?
Yes. So when me go party, me not go party for spend. Me go party for collect. So I used to do that, but it wasn't bringing in, that much income. When you come from party, you might can send them to school for 2 days, but that's never enough. Mm-hmm. For catch the rent or so. So one day I just here knocking on the house up, and the man lift off the rooftop, and I was like, Jesus, this is really happening to me. I have an aunt in Canada and call her, and I was like, this is the situation. She did send me some money, but not really, enough to basically, cover certain things. So I remember that I'm originally from St. Thomas, though. So I called back in St. Thomas and I was like, this is happening. And then my son's father said, well, if you come back here, I might can find somewhere for you to stay. I'll help you with the first month rent, which he did. So I just had to just pack up my stuff. But some of my stuff and just moved back to St. Thomas. No, that was, I was struggling in Kingston. Well, in a St. Thomas, I don't know if I tell you something that because it did worse.
I thought it would be easier in the country though.
No. St. Thomas is slow. Remember, St. Thomas is a slow parish, you know, and not much is there farming, and I am not a farmer.
I was just about to say, because I have relatives in St. Thomas on my mom's side. My mom's side is from St. Thomas, and everybody in the family are farmer. And like when she goes and visits, she come back with all sorts of ground provision and food.
Listen, I am not a farmer. I tried selling jelly and raspberries and stuff, but again, it's slow. So now, I remember that I had a friend in Kingston that, you know, she went to Barbados to
work and trafficking.
It's not work, she brought marijuana. Yes, that's what I was charged for, ma'am. So I remember that she went and did it once, and I was like, you know, if I just do it one time, the money I get me can actually, you know, turn it over and do something, because moving back to St. Thomas, I had to change my kids' school. They were not going to school for, you know, quite some time because uniform, bags and everything. At that point in time, I met someone who I was dating. He was a farmer again, when I really get much. So he was basically, you know, feeding us and, you know, helping us with the rent and stuff, but I still need to do my part, because remember, my kids are not his.
Right.
So I called her and I was like, you know, I have something for say to you. And she's like, what? I say, me better look at something the way you do.
Yeah.
I feel like someone do it to you, because
she did it and
got through, right?
Yeah.
And I say, yo, I want to do it, you know. She say, yo, can't talk to you right now, what am I going to say? I can't say telling. Anyway, she did. And the person called me, no, we're going to keep everything private because, you know, that I'm a different life. The person called me and said, asked if I had a passport. I said, yes, I did. And I said, okay then. I believe, if my memory serves me well, I came back the first in April. So I think I went in 2017, the first time in April, yes. When I came back, my grandson. I came back on his birthday when he born. So I went the first time and I got through. No, this is where the devil tricky, you know.
He's a professional smuggler.
Oh, well, I miss. So, I mean, like, I met up with the person. The person told me, you know, what to do, how to swallow the pellets, all the 9 yards.
As in, take them like uphill?
Yes. They're wrapped. They're wrapped in capsules. And I mean, like, different sizes, so it tests you on the size you can swallow. And once he finds the size that you can swallow, he then you know, make the batch in that size. Then there's a technique in swallowing it. So
we're not getting into technique, because we're not promote the smuggling.
Yeah, we're not promote it, but yeah, but there's a way to do it. And you know,
he did all of that.
Yes, he was there with me, you know, and everything until the day of the flight, and sent me off. And
this was the first time, or the
first time. So I went and I was successful. So I was like, yes, man, this looks like something we can do, you know, man.
He said that we don't know, you know. We don't know if we take it and just
listen, man. So I'm come back, and the money I get, I say, all right, uniform, book, back. I send my kids them off to school, you know. And then now we come back down, it was April. Then I hold it out till now January, you know, January tampering season. And like the devil, I say, yo, go again, go again. Season? Where are you from? Meaning like in January and February.
I don't know what tampering season is.
Yes, I alone know what tampering season is. So it's like hard times, you know, things after slow? Christmas it's slow, so you know people call it tampering season.
Because tampering sour?
No, it's just I was raised on just knowing that it's after Christmas, it's tampering season. Things are normally slow in that period of time. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments what tampering season, like the basis around tampering season, because if it's, I don't get it. But all right, let's go. Cause when tampering tree beer, you know. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Well, all right, keep going. Yeah. So I mean, like, I called the guy and I was like, you know, I need some money, because at that point in time I had a space where I wanted to put a bar. So I was like, I need some money. And he was like, I don't really have any jobs right now. And I was like, no, I need the money, man, and you know, because you know, I want to get the bar and stuff for it. And he was say, listen, you need to just wait. I don't have any jobs now. The only thing that I could possibly do is basically have you create a diversion at the airport. And I was like, what? It was like, yes, that's the only thing I could offer you right now. I was like, nope, I'm not going to do that.
Create diversion at the airport?
Go to the airport, create a diversion, so whatever.
As in like them people who jump on the road?
Yes. When I see people at the airport to act a fool, it's not just...
It's because something happening, they're distracting.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was like, nah, I don't think...
Did that make money? How much money you make?
I didn't do it, so I wouldn't know. I didn't do it, so I don't know. So I mean, it's like, that's the only thing I could give you. So no, then I called back the girl that I know, and I was like, you know, I need to go away, I need some money. And she was like, you know, I know somebody else, and I'm going to see, listen to me. I should have listened to the first person.
Yeah, man, I got that, you know.
I should have listened, but because my money hungry, I'm broke, I'm desperate. It's a desperation.
And loss.
Yes, desperation, and the fast life, you know, because it feels good, you know, when you go, you get the money. Plus, you go over Barbados and you go up on beach and then take care of you and you eat. The life feel nice. It feel nice. Me, I strut to Barbados, I go karaoke and 9 times and drink a liquor when I was drinking alcohol. So, you know, like, it feel good. Guys, sin feel good. No, I'm telling you, like, sin feel good, but use this. So anyway, she hooked me up with other person, and then person said, all right, we're going to do so, really, you know, not too much information. And when I went, total different procedure from the first person.
So you should take this as a sign?
Each step of the way, I got a sign to not go forward.
And you still
but
go?
I was so stubborn, I did not pay attention. And I'm going to be totally honest. When I met up with the girl, she told me that she would be coming with me. And I said, okay. On the day before the flight, I went to her house. She was like, oh, I'm not bother come because I'm menstruate. Man. Went over to the place where I should get the stuff to swallow. They left me alone. So unlike the other person that sat with me and sit with that.
Make sure say
they left me alone. So each time I tried to swallow, those were too big. So I had to, you know, they're coming up back. All of that. So I was there, and the night they left me all alone at the place. And my fiance came at the time and said, if you don't feel like to go, you know,
don't go,
come back home. He gave him money, so I was like, you still have the money? I give him, I say yes. And he say, if I don't feel like to go, come back here. Yard.
Spirit is important, you know.
Very important. Very important.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson so well. I don't play with my spirit.
See, for me, you see, say I wake up this morning and like the day before I had something planned out. And say I wait this morning and my spirit said to me, say, don't go, just pray, say I'm not going anywhere.
Listen.
Like you see, even if I come somewhere and the energy is off, I leave in.
Listen.
It's really important.
It is. So the morning when they came, they realized I didn't ingest all what they provided. I was like, what are we going to do? Because we need to carry that amount. And I was like, I cannot keep it down. Well, they took me to the place where the pellets were made, and they made a
different batch?
I know, they shaped it out in the form of a sex toy. Yes.
As in a male?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Go on now.
So I ingested some and I inserted the rest. And they put me on the plane, and mind I tell you, bad feelings that kill me. So just imagine you uncomfortable there and you're uncomfortable here. So
and you're up in the air in the altitude and all
right,
that.
so the whole plane ride was very, very uncomfortable. Now, because I was feeling that discomfort, I could not even eat what they had given me on the plane. And I mean, like the first flight, I could have ate because the person made sure that there was space for me to eat, so I would not, grabs anybody attention. Why is she not eating? So I couldn't eat. So all I was doing was basically eating meatballs. And girl, I knew someone was watching me on the plane, but I just didn't know who it was. But you know, I kind of had an idea looking back on things. There was a specific female, she just kept her eye on me the entire time.
So that means that they knew from you were leaving Jamaica?
Listen,
So they just decided to not pull you at Jamaica, but wait until you go to your destination.
Right. So let me tell you how that work out now. So landing Granny Adams, I think I saw, yeah, and you know, coming through the gate, I noticed this big black tan man at the gate. The spirit say, yeah man, I him, you know. But me, you know.
So now you want it's the spirit.
Listen now, me, you know, my big and my bowl and my mighty, me walk past the man, you know. Alright, so I walk past him now, like the immigration, and dig up a suitcase, you know, cause like as I believe they got a tip. So she have find a comb through my suitcase and she realized that nothing in there. So it's like, you have anything to declare? And I was like, no. And when I said no, the guy come and tapped me on the shoulder and he took me onto the line and he said, come here. And I went to him and said, we believe you're trafficking marijuana. I was like, no, what you talk about? I come about Barbados second time, I go look for my friend then, Ray, you know? And he was like, well, we're going to take you to the hospital to do an x-ray, and if you don't have anything, you could be on your way. I was like, okay. So, Mandy, so I said, okay, the bad feelings lift up. Let me tell you, my belch from the man.
And belch out weed.
Jesus. My belch from the man said, listen, what is that? It's very strong. Don't waste our time. Please don't waste our time. When them carry me going to the room, but just take out the other one. Because the other one they did, well, one come out, I take it out, get them. I take it out, them carry me go to the hospital. I asked him, please, I said, don't handcuff me, don't embarrass me. And he said, all right, I'm not going to embarrass you. And he walked beside me, and then we got to the hospital. And then they handcuff me on the bed. When they handcuff me on the bed now, and they say, they have to keep me until I pass out, all of them. Mm-hmm. So I was there for like 7 days. But let me tell you, reality kicked me like a cow when the handcuff slapped on my hand. I'm a dip on the bed and I said, girl, what did you do? What did you do? You have Barbados in jail. I never did know how serious the charges, because also with the marijuana, I was given counterfeit money.
There was money in the wrap-up too?
No, I was given counterfeit money to spend. Well, I'm going to tell you the trick to the trade now, so.
Because I remember the first time you said they give you money and all of that.
From my understanding, I was basically a scapegoat, because, you know, when you watch a movie and you see, when people sit down and reminisce or reflect back on the process, you say, but this is what happened. Someone was on the plane, not the girl, but another girl was on the plane with suitcases of stuff. So I was basically the diversion.
And look how you left the other job boy, the other one boy, you know, I've been a diversion, and you're going to do diversion and
hold on.
Better you do the other jump, line on pan, and create excitement.
Yeah, because I know that threw me out and said my God, me had. Listen, so when, but they didn't want me to start cry. Like, big up the police woman where they did at my bedside. She was very nice. I said to her, I said, Jamaica, I come from, I know me, I'm going to start crying. She said, I'm the body for call. I said, the one person I have for call, she don't go out talk to me. That's my auntie. So I asked her, I say, yo, what the process? She said, well, they may fine you. And if I can't pay the fine, you know, you can go home. So I said, all right. So I asked her if she have an idea. She said, yeah, she said, maybe you can have around 2,000 US, which is about 4,000 Bajan dollars. So now me call my auntie, because she's living in Canada for me. Kid, she work for the government of Canada. So I call her. The policeman, I don't give me one call, and I call her. And so my auntie just say, yes. So I said, me no problem. And she say, what you mean? When you there? Who she record this? And I said, Barbados. She say, what you mean problem? I said, I'm in jail, I carry weed. She said, huh? She said, you're there on your warrant, so I grow you. Listen to me, man. I was
about to say to you, so I make you stay there.
Listen to me, man. I said, tears like river.
I was about to tell you, so I would have made you stay.
I said, tears like river. I throw the sheet over my head. I cry. The policeman, she could tell me, I said, why? I did what I could, because, you know, by giving me the call. So when them search for stuff and them find the 450 counterfeit money now, I could have gone home by paying the fine for the weed, but guys
You have the
out here
counterfeit.
counterfeit money, whether it's $1, $10, it carries the same weight. So I was imprisoned for the marijuana. So it wouldn't make sense I pay the fine if I'm going to do the time, because how it works is the indictable charge that for the counterfeit, I would have to go to high court. High court, you don't really just get a date for high court. So you'd be on remand until whenever you get a date. Now this is where my faith come in, and I can tell you guys, God real. When I got locked up, after they took me from the hospital after I passed out, all of this stuff, they still sent me back to the prison, and then I was segregated again for another 12 days just in case anything was left in me. They didn't want it in the prison population. Then when I came out now, big up Kaya Shoulder, I met an angel in prison, and I mean, like, I have to call her name. I don't know if you have the time, maybe I got part two, because this is where I get emotional. Now, growing up, I always a struggle. And then when the big blue door they closed for me, I can tell, like, all of my trauma, all of my struggles, everything that I went through, it came back. I remember, like, I cry. I said, Father God, why I also make bad decisions? Why these things that happen to me? Like, why? Like, I question my own existence. Behind there, and again, we just crying until I was to spend 14 days, but the prison officer, she favored me and she took me out on the 12th day. She said, I don't think you deserve to spend the 14 days around there. And then I met the Canadian. They were like tables like these in the institution, but they were fastened to the floor because they don't want them to use it as a weapon. And I sat at the table, and she just came. And when she came, she just held my hand and she said, whatever it is, you don't have to tell me whatever it is, but I'll sit with you. And then I just start crying. She said, yo, I promise I will be your sister from today until whenever. And she has not broken that promise up until now. So when I started to, talk to her, she said, I have no family. And I say, it's complicated because the one person that I have is very upset. She said, like, where your mom, where your dad? I said, Mom never want me, so I don't have a mom. My mom left me at a very tender age. My grandma died. I was even with my brother's sister, and I mean, like, she had to leave. So the aunt that I was living with, she had to leave to go to Canada for the job opportunity. So she left me with a bigger sister. So when she left me with that bigger sister, the bigger sister was not as loving as her. Right. It's just the truth. I was just there, like, this one family member where them I look after. It's not like I was giving love. Again, I was of dark complexion, because they were like, your complexion. So I was often told, you're black and you're ugly. No, man. Stop it. you're black and you're ugly, you find a dirty woman. And then with all of that, I was being molested by my father. So all of these things is just that I feel like, say, I'm broken, I'm defective, like I'm not deserving of love. Like, I honestly feel like all these things that happened to me are my fault. Yeah. So she sat with me and she said, no, you're never the one to be blamed. No, she said, these people fail you. Yeah. She said, those people fail you. Exactly. She said, never you ever think that. And she kind of...
Because remember, you didn't ask to be here. They were the ones that brought you here. No. It's their responsibility too.
And then, fair walk with this secret, say your father, the first mother engaged in a sexual activity to you. And I want good bird, and I want light bird. Now when you talk, like, on different instances, them say you lie, I tell them say you're bad. And I mean, like, we have to live with that for years. So it's like everything is just like, it was a relief. So we could have find somebody who could have talked to. I understand. So I was there doing my time. And because I don't want to stray from the whole topic. And I met other inmates in there. I'm going to tell you, good people are everywhere. Good people are everywhere.
You have good people that make mistakes.
Exactly.
Just like you.
Exactly.
You made a mistake, but you don't hold that against.
Right. Guys, the fast lane no work out. I can't stop saying it no work out. It no work out.
When you're on the highway.
Well, that's the only fast lane. Yeah, so while I was there, I met this Bajan. She was in there for about 81 counts of fraud. She a chopper. So she came to me and she said, like, Beckford, she said, you get letterhead on one time? She said, don't write no family. you gonna write the DPP, you gonna tell them it's the first charge, you make a mistake, and you won't go back home. Because you see High Court, you be there 4 or 5 years, and you don't get no date for go High Court. So you don't waste your time.
A red family, yeah.
Yeah, she said, write the DPP. And I was like,
Nobody told you that.
nobody told me that, but she did. So I met inmates there for murder, for different stuff, and they were like waiting to get a High Court date, 5 years, 4 years. On remand, I was like, Father God, so after I served me 9 months of the week, I still have to go back my remand, to go wait for High Court. And I said, no, God, dishonor me. You don't want this for your child. A Muslim came in here, that's why I don't look upon or judge other different religions, because what works for you religiously works for you. A Muslim came there, Segal, and I watched her pray 5 times a day. She came in after me and she left before me. For the same thing too. A matter of fact, she have more weed than me. And she prayed 5 times a day, but went to the east. She don't eat, so she fast and pray. When she was leaving, she gave me the letter that she basically wrote. And she said, listen to me, put it in your own words, apply it to your situation, and trust God. She said, you're a Christian, pray. I'm not going to tell you to pray to my God, but pray. And listen to me, I did that. I pray. I never pray so in my life. But I mean, I prison, I pray day in, day out. I pray so till I actually get the date when I go get my letter. So, my sentence done for the weed in October, and I get my letter not September. My sentence done in October, and I get the letter. I get the dreams, I get the letter in September, which I did, and then I get the letter like in November. So it's like, I did the day. Girl, I spent 11 months. I'm telling you about my God now. I'm hype about the God now. I'm hype about my God now. When everybody that tell me, say, oh, you know, go home. You spend this. One prison officer tell me, oh, 5 years, I get this, that.
Because I used the person's appealing and nothing happened.
Listen to me now. When we start praying now, some of them say, oh, I don't believe in God, blame God. So blatantly, I blaspheme and I said, no, God, not them. I said, do one thing, me, I gotta do my thing. Anyways, God test so I left my diary. I could show the diary as proof. I circle the date. I think it was the 10th of September. The dreams, I'm going to get the letter. I'm going to go the Thursday. The 10th of September come, and then the prison officer, she was going on leave, so she'd have to pass over to someone else. So the person that was taking over came and, counting tally and introducing herself. And like she said, how many are you waiting on High Court dates? And I put up my hand with other female. And she said, well, you guys have a long wait because the men, we have more men than women, so we're going to address the men first. So the prison unisex, so but man is on one side, woman is on the other side. So we don't mix, but we're in the same place. So I say like, it was the day when I get the dreams, I get this something. So my aunt drop now, I say, oh, what is? So I now say like one day my feet drop and I start crying now. I'm a little bad, yeah, what then here. Like I cry my eye out and I not eat nothing for the day. So the Tuesday morning now, when the other prison officer, the warders, change shift, every time shift change, you have to count to see nobody escape. So she called me down and she said, come down, why up there, come down. Big up Mr. Black Man. So, and we go down now, she said, Beckford, why are you looking like that? So Mr. Black Man really don't want to talk. If me can get for those lock up bag, me can set back because you can request for me to stay inside. She said, no, not on my shift, not on my shift. So she come and she said, nobody tell you. Because them talk funny. And I said, what you mean? She said, a letter come for you from yesterday. Your warrant come from yesterday. Ain't nobody tell you. So the woman tell me. My eyes started well up her water, She said, yes, your warrant came yesterday. You're going to court on Thursday, my girl. I tell her, oh girl, she said, no, you can't do that. You're not supposed to close with the water. She said, no. She said, you're going to court, girl. You're going home. And let me tell you, just as I get the dream,
it's the same way.
I see her when we go court Thursday, and I went to court with another prison officer. She loved Jamaican, so I'm not going to call her name going on the fire, but she bring Jamaican snacks and something because it's the food horrible.
Yeah.
When I get certain things in there, just to taste bad. I didn't even want to remember it. But anyway, the food horrible. So she made sure that she packed one lunch kit with like Jamaican stuff.
For you guys.
Yeah, so when I'm waiting for my case to be called up, I eat and so forth. And with the first time in court now, the judge asked me how I plead. I was like, not guilty with explanation. I just said, well, this is high court. So it's either you're guilty or you're not guilty. I said, Your Honor, I cannot say I'm guilty because I was not aware that the money was counterfeit. I was aware that I had money, but it's US dollars. This is not my country's currency. So I wouldn't know if it's counterfeit or not. And she was like, I never forget this word. She said like, so who acting as amicus for you? I said, huh? Oh, that first made already. The legal term. Yeah, so I was like, I don't have anybody. And she turned to the court and she said, anybody want to represent this? Say them look at two lawyer come on my foot, one man, one woman. Let me tell you, I told Jamaica lawyer. I told Jamaica. Yes, when God got you. Yes, when he got you. He got you. Kashka Hemans, big up yourself. That man fight tooth and nail for me got me yard. That man fight tooth and nail. When him come and him say level with me, tell me where it go. I'm going to say, I'm going to be honest, I carry the weed, but I never know so the money fake. Because I'm Jamaican, I never pretty up nothing, I chatting in patois. The ladies did say, like the next week, just said she'd get a bigger case to go to England, so she'd have to leave. So Kashka stay, and them asked me, how are they treating you in the prison? I mean, I explained to him and stuff, how them treat me when I have eczema, so I can't use certain soap. And for the love of God, them give me the soap I can't use. And I think it's just like for the starcher. Sometimes I do use the soap, I have to end up down at the hospital. My private swell up, my body swell up. And so when you hear that, him come down at the prison immediately, they never like it. Because them say I can't rely upon them. I mean, I said, no, he knows I have nobody here. So I mean, like, you know, he's representing me, so I'm going to make sure I'm good. Anyways, during the duration of time, I love poetry. So in my spare time to take my mind off things, I would write poems. That's time I said, sorry, I left my book.
So you write some poem for me today?
No. Well, I left the book with my poem.
Oh, you're not writing a poem for me today?
I meant to say it's a whole heap of things. I found my talent, and I mean, like, I am not going to say this experience is a bad experience. I will not do it again, but I've learned from it, so I will not say it's a bad experience.
I wouldn't say it's bad experience. I think everything that happens is a lesson. It's
a lesson learned, right? So, I mean, like, I used to write poetry, and every Sunday I used to read it in church because we have one thing enough in our prison, Mrs. Church. So we go church Sunday, we go church Tuesday, we go church Thursday, we go church Friday, we go church. So, I always, read my poem, and one of them got featured in the Barbados paper over there. Yeah. And then I was in a play in NIFCA. Yes, in NIFCA, and we got silver in the entire Barbados. But because we were wards of the state, the proceeds went to the prison, not to us. Mm-hmm. But it was about teenage pregnancy, and it was a very fitting role for me because I actually experienced. Yeah, my daughter got pregnant, as a teenager. So, I mean, like, we mash it up. And, we Jamaicans, we go, we conquer it. Yeah, we dominate it. Yeah, proud bad. So, them never like me for that because they proud bad for true. And them could go around me. Like,
well, we know this.
Yeah,
like, we know this. Even now on social media, if any other Caribbean country is supposed to say something bad about Jamaica.
I said it the other day.
Just
listen, leave it to us to disrespect each other, but don't you from the outside try do it. It's not going to end well for you. Yeah, so I mean, like, when he did that now, he came and he saw that, I was doing well, I was, behaving and stuff. And he said, all right, this is going to work good in your favor now. So I said, all right, level with me. Oh, it looked to him, he said, well, the least I can get a 1.5 year, Mm-hmm. And the max, this can keep 12, 14. I said, 14 years? I said, you man, the man put them up big and remember me. I said, no. So my birthday was the 10th of December. I said, try to get one before my birthday.
Your birthday is the 10th of December?
Yes.
I have a twin sister that's the 10th of December.
Yeah.
And when I say that, people normally think I'm a twin. I'm not a twin.
Yeah.
I have sisters that are older than me that are twins.
Yes.
They're born 10th of December.
So I'm sorry, I'm going to try to get home for Christmas. I can't. They said I'm going to get home for your birthday, but I'm going to try. So a probation officer had to come to, interview me to, to find out where my mind is at, why I did what I did, see if I'm remorseful,
right.
All that stuff. So she came And the thing is, again, we saw when Jehovah is for you, and that's how I really learned how to pray. I was in prison for my Jehovah Witness. Again, I don't judge nobody's religion because how she taught me to pray, it worked. You understand? So each time I would go to the hearing, the same prison, the police that arrested me, they would come to the cell and they would, strike up conversations, and I mean, like, at one point in time, you say, you're really not a bad person. You were just in survival mode for your kids. The same person that, arrested me, and I was like, it is what it is. And the lawyer, did what he needed to do, and then the probation officer came. Then they sent to Jamaica to get police records to see if I had any crime here, which I didn't because, me that behavior me had. Me just enough. So when it came now, the judge is known to be very harsh. So like the lawyer said, well, it don't live up to Sheena, but people session around for slap years. So the last day, going to court, a couple of the prison officers, Beckford are coming back here, 5 years, 6 years. I say, brother Jesus, again soon, I'm not come back here, I'm not come back here. And let me tell you something, when the lawyer, did what he did and said, Your Honor, it is now left up to you. We're waiting on the probation report, and then we're waiting on the police record report from Jamaica. And let me tell you, the same police officer that arrested me stood up in court and said, Your Honor, we're going to pass it over to you. We're going to waive all of that. We're not waiting on it. I believe this woman had made a mistake, and I mean, like, she deserves a second chance. I got it, The judge stuck in she don't know what to do,
Because whatever she had planned in her head is like...
I say, she don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because everybody is now in favor of me.
Yeah.
So when she realized that she have the ball in her court, she said, listen to me, time served, don't come back to Barbados. Tears roll on my eye, I look at my lawyer, I said, thank you. I said, yeah man, you're good. Because they weren't prepared to send me home, no immigration officer was there to take me to the airport. So she was like, put her back in a cell and call the immigration officer.
Right.
And my lawyer said, Your Honor, with all due respect, that is another case. She's now a free woman. She has spent enough time behind bars. That is false imprisonment. You should make preparation for someone to sit with her. She will not be going in. Hey, Mr. Malaya, fiery, man. The man said, she will not be going back in. You're crazy. When they say, the man fight with me till the end. When we're free now, so them allow me to go talk to him and tell them, hug him and shake him, and him say, listen to me, go on here, I don't come back here, don't do it again. Don't do it. I say, you're mad. Man, do it again. So I was in the airport for like 4 to 5 days because they had wanted me to buy my ticket, even though they might deport me, and I was like, nope, the money with me.
You buy your tickets?
But to play for the plane seat. So in the duration of time I was working, I worked laundry, I worked on the food card, so they used to pay me $2.50 every time I work. So
they make you work to buy the tickets? No,
I didn't. But in the prison, everybody have to work.
Oh.
So I did get little money plus. My auntie did melt like in about the 5th month. So she used to send $100 come give me. So when I use up, I have left back. Somebody have about 500, 400 US for me. Oh yeah, so I was working, so I accumulated up some money. So I was like, no, this money is going to go down to do something, not to buy tickets. So because of that, no, I was there like for 4 days because they were trying to find an empty seat for me. So
people are traveling so often from Barbados to Jamaica?
I just think they were trying to be difficult because even waiting in the airport, they wanted to put me in a holding area then. And I was like, no, I am not a criminal. I do my time.
Well, you are basically.
No, I do my time. I'm going to hey, my enroll, I'm ready, So like one male immigration officer, he took a liking to me, so he would make sure that they didn't, lock me up, and he would come and he make sure I get something to eat because I'm still at war to stay at someone.
Yeah.
So they have to feed me, they have to do everything until I go up on the plane. At one point in time,
because of course somebody's supposed to be monitoring you so that you don't come out the airport and
Right. So they were monitoring me, and then the army, they were the ones who, fed me. But sometimes the immigration officer would, carry me on the road and buy me like real food. Yeah, until I come home. So when I came home, that was a different can of worms to see my kids, you know. You know.
Did people back home know that you were locked up?
Yeah, some knew, but I mean, like, some didn't.
You were still at St. Thomas when you came back home?
Yeah, I was still living in St. Thomas, but my kids were with their dad. He's not the best dad in the world. You know, a mother loves her kids based on just come home and see how my kids them look. It was very heartbreaking, and I was like, I made a promise.
So was he still sending them to school and so?
No, the smallest one was not going to school. So the whole time that I was incarcerated, she never go to school one day. 11 months, never go to school one day.
How old is she?
She's now 11, so she was basically in basic school. Yeah, she about 5. Yeah, I'm not sending her to school.
So you sent the older one?
Sent the older one, and I mean the older one was very, very much traumatized. When I came home, she was like just like out of the world.
This is a girl, yeah?
Yeah, my eldest daughter is a girl, but the last 2 I'm referring to because the 3 were big enough to, you know, they were with their father. But the last two that I had were babies and they were with their father, and he did not do a good job in keeping them. My child was traumatized, like, you know, she wasn't loved on. She was not treated as if she belonged.
So did he have a partner with him, living with him?
Yes, he had a partner and they did not care for the kids. It was that situation, and I just tell God, say, God, I really apologize for the things I do because my kids should not have, you know, went through that, and I have to work for my daughter. I have to tell her every day I love you. I'm never going to leave you again. I'm so sorry, and it just broke my heart. It just broke my heart for no say our own dad never did the fear when I was in my weakest moment. At the end of the day, I was looking it for both our kids, cause you know, but. I just one lesson I learned in life. I learned so I can write good poetry, I learned so I can act, and I meet good people, and that has changed my life to the point where I don't really party anymore. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and it's my kids come first. They are my everything. I'm not gonna say I'm baptized and go to church, but I do believe in a supreme being, and I pray and I respect him, and I apply it to everything I do. I'm not gonna say I pray every day, I'll be lying, but I try to do so.
You try to involve God in what you do?
Yes.
So when you came back to Jamaica, you saw that your kids that you left with their dad, they weren't living basically at a level that you would want. And what's the level when I mean gold spoon in the mouth or silver spoon, but at least taking care and love. You get me? But as it relates to work, how did that? Did being incarcerated in Barbados actually affect you when you came back home?
It helped me.
Helped you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. This is why I'm saying. This is why I'm saying I will not regret it because I've learned from it and it made me a better person.
Try to say Jamaican people more. I have people who get incarcerated.
No, it's not that. Remember the person I told you that Kaya?
Yeah.
She had a friend in Canada that had a small call center. And I mean, like, you know, speaking to her, she said, yo, I'm not stupid. So when I came home and I said, boy, I really want to go do the wrong things and I'm struggling. Just, I have one friend, I got call her and make sure say, yo, if I even feel start out email first. And, I'm saying, all right, then do the month. And the girl said, yeah, she got to take me, she got to give me $40,000 for a month. Now that was like my first BPO, call center job. I said, $40,000, I really bad still,
Better than not.
You understand? So I said, all right. I said, what I do what she said, basically, when the emails come in the inbox, me send it to the designated owners.
Right.
And we did that for about a week. I was like, this
easy.
What is this? Like,
call center work easy.
Yeah, so when I look and her business was basically to find technicians to do our jobs for different business places. No,
like for handyman.
Like, yeah, so like for example, KFC has a clogged up toilet. You call her, she find the plumber within the area, she send him, you know, she give KFC a bill, and you know, we get some out of the bill. So
That's a good business to get into.
so that's basically what she was doing. So I sat and watched the girls do the dispatching, you know, created the record. And I said, but me can do this. I said to one of the girls, just say, sure. I said, easy. Just say, all right. Take my phone. She said, I think it was Dollar Tree, because American and Canadian company, and I do it. Well, I'm with Group Book. So I work from home, we do booking events in groups. So that's the name, Group Book. So like we do weddings, bar mitzvah, quinceañeras, but it's American based. So I work from home, and it was all of that experience because of, you know, Tamara. Big up Tamara, who gave me the first job experience at O&T Communications. And, you know, I just decided to not look back and just use the experience that I have, and never, ever, 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 ever take no for your answer. I'm going to do that something there. I'm not do that something there at all. Them say, oh, CXC, guys, I'm not doing enough for go school.
And I'm just like, I say, way over here, promoter. And you pick me, and grant me, like, what do you mean?
But still, I'm telling you that, still push forward. Don't doubt yourself. Sell yourself. Believe in your craft and sell yourself. And that's what I did. I have my experience, and I sell myself. Don't have one CXC, but I not give up. And nobody can play with me. And if you tell me a big word, I don't know, I'm going to look it up.
Where you look it up?
Where you say? Google, phone there.
I'm thinking I say dictionary, because I didn't make an access to spell dictionary. Okay, well that's good to know that you were able to, despite that happening to you, you were able to transition into back home. You came back home and it basically didn't change anything. What advice do you have for persons that probably went through a similar experience, and what advice do you have for persons that went through that?
What advice I have? Every experience is a learning experience. Don't look at it as, you know, like I got something bad happen to me. Learn from it. Take the good from it. Throw the bad. You understand me? I said, just like when you clean up your meat and you take off the fat, dash it away. Yeah, man, dash away the bad. Don't dwell on it. Don't, you know, sit and say, oh, boy, it's a sad. Yes, it's a sad story, but I learned from this. This is something that I will not. This is what I will not do again. This is how I need to move in life now. This is what I need to do. But you know, so you have to just differentiate and pick the bad out of it and just use it to push yourself forward. Yeah.
All right, no problem. All right, guys. So I want you to thank Xena for coming out with us today, and thank you.
You're welcome.
To share your socials so persons can follow you on TikTok like I do.
Oh, yeah, my TikTok is Xenadistallion, Xenadistallion. My Instagram is Alicia the Freelancer. Let me see. What else I have?
You know, I have no else. My TikTok is Talk a Game. On Instagram, it's TYG_podcast. And on YouTube, it's Talk a Game. Subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.
Talk your game.
Talk a Game podcast.
Talk it plain. Come on, vibe with your